All right, so we're going to begin in a Tadasana or mountain pose. It's also stand at attention. So go ahead and stand up. Feet are hip width apart. And let's connect to our breath. We're doing a 1 time slow, 2 times flow. We are going to do some chaturangas today, so just do what you're able to and just get flowing. All right, let's take a deep breath in and exhale. You can close your eyes, check on your shoulders, and exhale. Bring those shoulders down if they were up at your ears. And take one more breath in. Inhale. And exhale. All right, let's get going. Stand to the top of your mat. Inhale, bring your hands up high. Exhale, slight back bend. You're going to reach your hands behind, jut your hips forward, slight flex in your tummy, slight flex in your quads and your glutes. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, hinge at your hips, bend all the way down to the mat, fingertips to the mat. Pause here for just a moment. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands above or below your knees. If they're above, bring your elbows in, flex your tummy. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Exhale, plant your hands down, left foot forward, right foot back, low lunge. Square your hands around your foot. Bring that back foot down. Keep your toes tucked. Inhale, bring your hands up high. Pinkies turned in. And then exhale, slight back bend right at that bra line or right underneath your scapulas. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, plant your hands down. We're going to come to a high plank. If this isn't in your practice, then come down to your knees. Inhale, shift forward, hug your elbows in. Exhale, all the way down. Keep your hands at your chest. Inhale, cobra, lifting your chest, little to no weight in your hands. Exhale, release your cobra. Plant your hands, spread your fingers wide, and then inhale, push through your hands. Open your heart for your upward facing dog. Slightly gaze up. Tuck those back toes. Exhale, bring that bum up and back for downward facing dog. Pump through your feet. 1 foot at a time. And then shift slightly forward. Bend your right knee. Bring your right foot up for your right foot low lunge. Square your hands. Drop your left knee to the mat. Inhale, hands come up high. And exhale, slight back bend right at that bra liner underneath your scapulas. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, plant your hands down. Float that left foot up. And exhale, fold forward. Nice. Let's interlace our thumbs into our elbow pits. Drop your head. Sway yourself side to side for ragdoll. So we're going to do that 2 more times. And breath to movement. Feel the space around you. And then come back to center, fingertips to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, stand on up. Stand at attention, palms facing forward. Roll your shoulders up and roll them back and down. Close your eyes. Pause. Set your intention for today's practice. Breathe that in and open mouth, exhale. Inhale, bring your hands up high, butterfly, open your eyes. Exhale, slight back bend. Squeeze your torso and your quads and your glutes. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands down, left foot forward, right foot back. Keep those back toes tucked, knee to the ground. Inhale, swoop your hands up. And exhale, back bend a little bit more, just right up, right underneath that brow line or at the top of your rib cage. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, high to low plank. High plank. Inhale, shift to your tiptoes. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, push through your hands, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And it's up to you if on our last round you can always do cobra versus going right into upward facing dog. Otherwise, give yourself a couple pumps. And shift forward, right foot comes forward, low lunge. Drop the back knee, keep those toes tucked. Inhale, hands high. And exhale, bend slightly backwards, coming up and out of that torso. Exhale, come on back down to low lunge. Float that left foot all the way back to your right foot. Exhale, fold forward. Nice. Pause here for just a moment. We're gonna do one more round. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Feel that little tug in those hamstrings, maybe in your calves. Exhale, stand on up. Stand at attention, palms facing forward. Deep breath in. And exhale. Nice. Inhale, hands up high to the sky. Exhale, back bend again. Pinkies come in. Flex your tummy, flex your quads and your glutes. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, bring your hands behind you this time. Clasp them together. Open up your chest. Pause here. Release your hands. Inhale, bring your hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands down, left foot forward, right foot back. Bring that knee down to the mat. Keep your toes tucked. Inhale, bring your hands high. And exhale, your little back bend. Coming up and back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, plant your hands down, either high to low plank or cobra pose. Inhale, shift to your tiptoes on high to low plank. Exhale, halfway down, hug your elbows in, untuck your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I ran out of breath right there. Pump your dog. Couple times, reach through your heels. And shift forward, right foot comes back. Left foot stays back. Right foot forward, left foot back. Bring your left knee down to the mat. I guess I'm Porky Pig today. Inhale, hands come up. And exhale, slight back bend. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Float that left foot to meet your right foot. Exhale. Nice. Staying in forward fold. Let's bend one knee at a time. Your fingertips can touch the mat, or they can touch some blocks. And here we go to our Sun Bee salutation. And come back to center. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, come on up. Stand up. Let's shake out our legs a little bit. Inhale, bring your hands up high. Exhale, swoop them back, bring them right behind you, clasp them together. Open up your chest, open up your shoulders. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your quads, squeeze your glutes. Go ahead and release your arms. Inhale, bring them up. And exhale, just bring them down to your sides. Shift into your left foot forward, right foot back. Back foot is going to be at a 45-degree angle. Keep a lunge in that front leg. Hips are going to come out wide first, just so that you can get yourself set up. After you feel nice and set up, shift those hips to be parallel with the top of your mat. Inhale, bring your hands up high, warrior one. Pinkies come in. Feel the hip trying to open up. If it wants to pull you back, then just kind of rotate yourself so that you bring that right hip to be parallel with the front of your mat. Nice. Let's inhale, reach up high, gaze up. Exhale, pivot that back foot to be parallel with the back of your mat. Keep your lunge in that front leg, hands come wide, warrior two. Tailbone points slightly down. Just pause here for just a moment. Feel that burn going on in that front leg. Lift up your toes so that you're not gripping. And then set those toes down. Nice. Nice, strong. Keep it strong. Deep breath in. And exhale. Nice. Straighten that front leg. Both toes point to the edge corners of your mat. Bring your hands up high, star pose. Inhale. Exhale, cactus pose your arms. Belly draws in. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your quads. Inhale, bring your hands up high, star pose. Exhale, back to your warrior two. Feel that fire in those shoulders. Deep breath in. And exhale. Pivot that back foot to be 45-degree angles, coming right back to your warrior one. Back hip, right hip comes parallel with the edge of your mat. And then exhale, hands come down to the mat. Pivot that back foot to be on the ball of your foot. Plant your right hand down, left hand high to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, square your hands around that foot and float that right foot to come up next to your left foot. Exhale, fold forward. Pause here. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, come on up. And let's do the opposite side. So inhale, hands high to the sky. Exhale, swoop them back down. Clasp your hands together, open up the heart. Slight lift your gaze up. Squeeze that belly, squeeze your quads. That takes pressure off of your low back. Unclasp your hands, bring your hands up high. And then exhale, bring your hands to your side. Right foot comes forward, left foot goes behind you in a 45-degree angle. Get yourself situated. Lunge in that front leg, 45-degree angle in that back leg foot. If your hips are opening up, we're gonna pull this left hip to be parallel with the edge of your mat. If that's not possible, just kind of work it in. And then when you feel settled into that position there, inhale your hands up. Inhale and exhale while you're in your warrior one. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, slight back bend right at the top of your rib cage. Bring that belly in. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, spread your hands wide. Back foot parallel with the back of your mat. Keep that lunge. Can you see your toes? I hope so. Draw that belly in. Maybe even squeeze the inside of that inner thigh. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Come on, you got it. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Let's straighten that front leg. Point those toes to the corners of your mat. Hands come up high. Reach them up nice and high. Exhale, cactus arms. Elbows come wide. Draw your belly in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, reach up all the way. Exhale, hands come wide. Warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. Pivot that back foot, 45-degree angle. Keep that lunge. Swoop your hands up. Bring your hips to be parallel with the top of your mat. Warrior one. Inhale, reach up nice and high. Exhale, plant your hands down, pivot your back foot so that it's on the ball of your foot. Plant your left hand down, right hand comes high to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, plant that hand down and float your left foot up to meet your right foot. Exhale, fold forward. Have a nice pause here. Let's pedal out your feet 1 foot at a time. And let's inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, come on up. Nice. Let's prepare these front hips here. So just come to a standing pose. We're gonna check our balance as well too. Let's shift into that left leg first. Pick up your toes on your left foot. Put them down. Just check out how your base feels. And then we're just going to do an easy peasy quad stretch. So grab wherever you need to on your right foot. Bring your right heel to touch your bum. And then drawing your belly in, you're going to slightly bend your left leg so you can come into this stretch here. Stack your shoulders over your hips. And then go ahead and release. Let's switch to the opposite side. So come shift into that right foot. Bring up your right foot toes. Check all 4 corners of your mat and then set them down. Shift into that foot and then bring that left foot behind you. Grasping it, bringing the heel as close as you can to your body, and then slightly shift this slightly bend that right knee so that you can get a little higher into that quad stretch there. Working on balance and stretching the quad at the same time. And go ahead and release. Let's shake out those feet. 1 foot at a time. And easy peasy. Let's just come to our knees. All right, so we're in our knees. We're going to open up these hips just a little bit more. So we're going to do our Michael Jackson, where we just kind of lean back We're gonna squeeze this belly at the same time. We're gonna squeeze our bums also, and then reaching back for a heel so your toes can be tucked. We're doing just a half camel, so this is called Camel Pose, but we're just gonna do one at a time so that we can get into this shoulder here and so that we can feel what it's gonna feel like when we come back to that foot, right? So we're in our kneeling pose. If you need a blanket underneath your knees, go ahead and make your adjustments. So we're gonna do this a couple times. So coming up to your knees, nice tall torso, inhale, and then exhale. We're just gonna shift our bodies backwards. So bring this belly in, and then you're gonna hover yourself over your heels, just coming halfway back. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your belly, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your quads, squeeze those bums as well too. Inhale, come up, shake it out, shimmy. And then we're gonna bring our right hand, you like that, how I inhale and exhale, bring that right hand back to that right heel. And then we're gonna just kind of shift back. See how deep you can get those fingers. If you're able to reach the middle of your foot, you're gonna open up this chest, getting into a pretty good back bend here, right? And then inhale, using your belly to bring yourself back up. You're squeezing your glutes at the same time, maybe your quads, to help you come back up. So this requires core. Inhale and exhale. Let's do our Michael Jackson without any arms and shift our bodies slightly back so that we are hovering in the air. I can call it the Matrix. I'll call it the Matrix. Inhale, come up to center, shake it off, and deep breath in. Left hand is going to reach back to that left heel. Bring that right shoulder back also, and then exhale, try to reach those fingers down the bottom of your foot, and then reach your shoulders back, bringing that back bend into the top portion of your rib cage, not into your low back. So if you're in your low back, it would kind of look like this. So we're going to come out of that low back and then shift right here on this top portion band, rib cage, really. So coming wherever that back bend is able to come. Awesome. Squeeze everything you've got and then bring yourself up. Let's shake it out. Shake it out. I hope you're doing this at home. Shake it out. Shake out your knees if you need to. Bring out your foot in front of you, and then maybe stretch into that hamstring just so that you can do a little counter movement on your knees. Go to your left foot. Reach for that foot. Excuse me. And then come on back. All right. So we're going to do that again, but this time we're going to reach the opposite hand up and over our heads. That's going to deepen that back bend. Now, be very mindful when you're doing any kind of back bend. So if you have any herniations, bulging discs, degenerative discs as well too, I would highly suggest just to put your hands right at the low back and then do your back bends that way. So otherwise, if you have no injuries in your back, let's bring that right hand behind us, touch that right heel as much as you can before we go into our back bend. Let's inhale, fill up that whole front side of our bodies. And we're lengthening this chest as well too. We're opening up, kind of poofing it out a little bit. And then exhale. Left hand comes up and behind me. My fingers are going down the bottom of my foot. And we're getting really deep into this back bend here. Squeeze everything. Bringing that belly in. Squeeze those cores. Squeeze those glutes and your quads. And then nice and graceful as possible. Come on back. Shake it out. Shake it out. Yeah. Let's counter stretch these knees before we go to the other side. Straighten out that right leg and then just drape forward. Just make it nice with the knees to give them a rest. And then come on back up. Go ahead and switch legs. Left foot comes out front. And then drape over top that leg. Do you feel your mermaid or merman cultivating in your body right now? I hope so. All right, let's inhale. Lengthen our torso, shoulders back and down. We're going to do the opposite side. So left hand is going to reach right behind me. Reach for those, the heel of your left foot, left hand to left foot. And inhale. And exhale, swoop that right hand up and behind you. Fingers are coming all the way down as deep as you want to go. And if you're like, whoa, Nelly, don't want to go that deep, it's all good. Just go to your level. Do not force yourself into these poses. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale. Nice. Inhale. Come back up to center. Shake it out. It's always a doozy. Let's bring our right leg out. And exhale, fold over that front foot. And let's switch legs. Left foot out in front. And reaching to that front leg. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and remove any blankets or just keep it there for underneath your back leg because we're coming into a low lunge. So let's go with our left foot forward, right foot back. You can keep your right knee on the mat and plant your right hand down. Just like we did earlier, we're coming into the perfect stretch or revolved low lunge. Your left hand comes high to the sky. And then bring that left hand back, framing your foot. And then bring it left hand high. So we're just going to do that a couple times. Inhale your hand up. And exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Nice. Let's go ahead and bring our hands to the inside of that left foot. Heel toe that leg out for your lizard pose. Let's rock our left leg side to side. Make sure those shoulders are away from your ears still, even though we're doing things that are kind of easy, right? So we're just shaking this hip, trying to get it a little more lubricated. And then plant your hands down. Let's do 3 breaths here. Nice long 3 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. So allow that left leg to fall out so that you see the bottom of your foot, so that it starts getting used to being in that external rotation. Let's go ahead and heel toe that foot right back to the middle of your mat. Frame your hands around your left foot. Make some adjustments if you need to. And then inhale, come up. Hands can come to your knee. Giving a gentle press. And then inhale, bring your hands up high. And then exhale, swoop these hands all the way down, but continue that left hand all the way back to the back of your right leg. If you can touch the outside of that right leg, go ahead and do so. If you feel off balance, then just heel toe your left foot to have give you a wider stance. Jesus, I can talk today. So you're kind of in this twist in the low lunge. Right hand can go on your hip, or you can bring it up and back, deepening that back bend right there. Inhale and exhale, swoop that right hand back down if that's where you were. And then inhale, bring your hands both up. Exhale, plant those hands down. Nice and easy. Come into a tabletop. Circle your legs. Stretch them out. And right foot forward, left foot back. Square your hands around that right foot. Make your adjustments. Have a good stance between your back knee and the front foot, or your right leg. Untuck your toes. Excuse me, my goodness. Deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, come up to your knee. And then exhale, plant your left hand down. We're coming into that perfect stretch or revolved low lunge. Right hand comes high. Inhale. And exhale, hand comes down. Inhale, hand high. And exhale, bring that hand back down. A couple more times. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, bring it down. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale, hand comes high. And exhale, bring those hands right back to the mat. Inhale, come up to your knee. Gentle press onto that knee right there. Inhale, bring your hands up high. And exhale, the right hand comes down, reaching for your left quad or your hamstring there, giving yourself a twist. Your left hand is up and back, or if you want, that left hand can come to your side. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Go ahead and float that left hand back down. Inhale, hands high. And exhale, bring those hands to the inside. Heel toe that right foot to the edge of your mat for your lizard pose. And rock your right leg side to side. And then pausing in your lizard pose. Let that right leg drop out to the side. Three breaths here. Nice. Go ahead and square your right foot with your hands. Nice and easy, coming into your tabletop. Circle your legs around. And let's come into our pigeon pose. So let's start with our left leg first. Left leg comes up to the top of your mat. Make your left leg as parallel as you want or need or can. Coming into our pigeon pose. So we're going to stay in proud pigeon this whole pigeon time, because I want your top portion of your body from the front back hip all the way up to your rib cage to be used to in this It's called king pigeon, actually. I like proud pigeon, it sounds better. And then check back, make sure that your heel is in alignment with your bum cheek. And just pause here to allow that left leg to get used to being in that external rotation. If you have some blocks next to you, you can come up to your blocks, and that's going to raise your body up even higher. If this is in your flexibility, don't force yourself into this. Rolling your shoulders back and down. And then we're slowly getting into that back bend to be able to get back to our foot, right? So we're just kind of testing the waters as we slowly come up higher into that anterior right hip there. So if you're in baby bear with the blocks flat, now that your muscles have settled up, go ahead and, if this is in your practice, switch them up to mama bear, and that's going to bring you up even higher. Now check in with your low back right now. So are you crunching it? So this is me crunching my low back. I'm going to come out almost like I'm bringing my chest forward slightly. I'm going to bring my blocks a little deeper or closer to my body, rolling my shoulders back and down, up, and a slight back bend right here at the top of my rib cage, drawing my belly in, squeezing the muscles that I need to take that pressure off of my low back. So we want to stay out of that low back as much as possible, even though we're doing a back bend. Nice, let's go ahead and release. And stay in your proud pigeon here. Let's kind of focus on where our weight is in our body right now. So if you're leaning over to the left onto that bent leg, let's shift that body onto the right leg instead. So then it's almost like you have a tripod effect going. You got both of your hands, your front leg, and your back leg. So this is where I would want you to be at when you're in your mermaid pose versus sitting on top of your bent leg. So shifting that weight, and if you feel off balance by doing that, block comes right underneath that bent leg to give you balance. So feel that balance right there. Take a deep breath in once you feel really, really settled up in this pose right here. Once you feel settled and stable, breathe that stableness in. Stableness? Is that a word? We're going with it. Stableness. And exhale. When you exhale, that's frustrations, judgments, right? We don't want to judge ourselves in any of these poses. We're doing the best that we can. All right, so tuck those back toes. We're going to easy peasy come right into a tabletop as gracefully as possible, hopefully more graceful than me. And let's circle that top leg around, straighten it out, point those toes, because it was bent for a while there, right? So get it nice and circulation started again. Blah, 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 blah. And then go ahead and come back to your tabletop. Let's do the opposite leg now. So right leg comes up, getting into that pigeon as comfortable as possible. And take notice which leg feels tighter, which leg feels easier. Do you feel more stable on this one? So take notes, because the ones that give you the most trouble are the sides that you want to work on the most. All right, so check back. Is your heel in alignment with your bum cheek? All right, so we're staying in our pigeon pose here. Let those outside glutes on the right hip settle up first. Roll those shoulders back and down. Breathing into this king pigeon, proud pigeon, whatever you want to call it, full pigeon. And if this is too much on your wrist, just come to fists. That actually kind of raises you up a little bit. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab our blocks. And if this isn't in your practice, don't do it. Just stay into your proud pigeon, all good. We're going to raise our torso up, plant your hands, shoulders go back and down, get yourself settled up first, making sure you're not collapsing into that low back. So you're bringing your torso up and slightly back. Draw that belly button close to the spine, or a slight squeeze. If you need to squeeze your glutes, go ahead and squeeze or flex. And feel that sensation that you might feel on your left back hip. If that feels like, oh, this isn't feeling very good, then just come down, bringing your hands slightly forward just to give that hip flexor a nice little rest. Otherwise, we've settled up here in baby bear blocks. Let's go ahead and come to our mama bear. Now, if you've noticed, your right hip is kind of coming up. And that's okay for this particular pose right now, because this is where we're just focusing on that left front hip there. So if you feel off balance, just stick that block right underneath. Make your adjustments. See where your weight is. Are you falling into that right leg and leaning to the right? Well, come out of that right leg, shift into that left leg instead, so that you're able to feel that stableness. Yep. Word of the day, stableness. All right, so you should feel a nice little tug on that left front hip. And if you don't, that's great. That may mean that it's flexible, which is awesome. So deep breath in and exhale. Nice. Plant your hands down. We're going to shift into our tabletop so that we can let this right leg breathe. Come into your tabletop as gracefully as possible. Circle your legs around. Hear all the pops. Stretch it out so that circulation can blast down to your toes. And then go ahead and circle the other one just to make nice with your front hip there. Ooh, did you guys hear my hip pop just now? It's a 40-year-old hip right there. It's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and come back. We're going to come back to our half camel pose. So make sure that you have your blanket on the mat. And if you're like, I think I've had enough, then just rest. We're just going to get used to coming back to our foot. So inhale, lengthen again, and we're just going to flow from one foot to the other. So let's inhale. And exhale, right hand comes back. Inhale, left hand comes up and over. Jut those hips forward. Squeeze your quads. Let's inhale, come up, bringing your hands back to your side. And exhale. Let's inhale and exhale. Left hand to your left heel. Inhale, right hand comes back behind you. I hope your breaths were exactly how they needed to. And let's inhale, come up, hands to your side. Nice. Shake it out. And let's just follow our breath. So right hand comes back. Inhale, left hand comes up and behind us. Exhale, come back. Swoop that left hand behind you to that heel. Right hand comes up and behind us. Exhale, come up. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, hands come behind you. And exhale, come back to center. Swoop that back. Inhale, hands behind you. And then exhale. Nice, let's go ahead and shake it out. Bums come side to side just to make some nice with your torso there. We're going to do a little twisting also to kind of reset our spine as well too. So just have a nice comfy seat. Bring your feet right out in front of you in a nice comfy seat. Inhale. And exhale, twist over to the right. Just gonna do this really quick before we go into Mermaid, because I feel that your tails are forming right now. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, over to the opposite side. Nice. And inhale to center, exhale to the right. Inhale, center, exhale to the left. Nice. All right. Are you ready? All right. So if you need your strap, go grab your strap. You can put this on pause. Otherwise, if you're going to challenge yourself, then that's awesome. Tell me about it. All right, so let's come into our left leg first. So bring it up into Pigeon Pose. So we're going to stay in our proud pigeon first. Check your weight. Make your adjustments in that back foot. Heels in alignment with your bum cheek. Where is your weight? Is it in your right leg or is it in your left leg? If it's in your left leg, come out of that leg. Come on top of that right leg. Put any blocks anywhere, wherever you need to keep yourself up. And bring that right leg up. Flex that ankle, right ankle. Right hand comes up and behind us, touch the heel and then bring it back. You can set that tail down. And let's pump that pump that pigeon, or pump the mermaid. And let's come up with our right hand, bring it back, touch that heel, and then bring it back to center. Let's do that two more times. Reach back, touch that foot, and then bring it back. Nice. Up and over, touch, and awesome. Let's take a deep breath in. And exhale. Any frustrations. If you're not reaching your heel, it's okay. As long as you're getting maybe even like a centimeter close to that heel, that is a success. All right? Are you ready? Let's do this. All right, plant that left hand down however you need to. I'm going to use a block just to kind of lift myself up. And bending your right leg, reach back. Maybe walk your fingers along your foot until you're able to grab the inside of that foot. Awesome. Nice. Let those muscles settle up. If you wanted to come maybe even a little deeper into this, bringing your foot close to your bum, just to get this quad a little more prepared for you to reach your foot into your elbow pit. We'll see if I got it today. All right, if you're not here, it's okay. Breathe it in, breathe it out. All right, so let's attempt. I'm going to attempt with you to bring this foot as close as I can into my elbow pit. I got it! I'm going to rest my hand on my shin. And if you got it, I want to hear about it. So let me know if you've got it. And if you got your hand to the inside of your foot, that's awesome also. So just pause here let's do another 2 breaths. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Making sure that weight is still on that right leg. So if you've shifted to your left leg, shift back so you can feel that difference. It feels a little stable, right? Deep breath in and exhale. Nice and slow. Just release your tail down to the mat. So at full mermaid pose, you would bring your hand up and behind you, clasping them together. But I just want you to focus on your hips. in this class today. All right, as gracefully as possible, come into your tabletop. Do what you need to. Stretch out that left leg since we were there for a good amount of time. Make your adjustments, or movements, I should say. Circle your leg around. Stretch it out. And let's do the opposite leg. So right leg comes up. Get into your pigeon pose. Put any blocks wherever you need to. I'm going to put one underneath my right leg. Nice comfy right there. I feel stable. My weight is actually evenly distributed right now, which is awesome. I'm not leaning into my right leg. Check back. Make sure that heel's in alignment with your bum cheek. Pausing here for your proud pigeon. Let's start getting into it. So left hand to left foot, bend your your left knee. Left hand comes up and behind you, touch that heel and then bring it back. Nice. Where does your weight shift? Does it shift all the way into that right leg? Well, take notice of where your weight goes. Make any adjustments that you need to make and then come up and back. Reach for that heel, tap it, and then come back to center. Inhale all the way back, touch that heel, and then back to center. Take your time. Inhale, reach back, touch that heel, and come back to center. Awesome. Nice pause. Breathe in. And exhale any frustrations that you might have or judgments. No judging allowed. All right, let's get in. Make your adjustments however you need to. And left hand comes up and behind you. Touch that heel and then maybe walk your fingers to the inside of that left foot if you need to. Just opening up that left hip a little bit more. Drop your right leg down to the mat. Your right arm down to the mat. Bringing your left foot with you, so then your heel comes a little bit closer to your bum cheek there. Pausing here. And then as gracefully as possible, come back up to your arm and then reach all the way with your foot into your left elbow pit. Make sure that you are shifting onto that left leg still. Make your adjustments. As my cat bites me. I think he knows that I'm a mermaid, so he's trying to eat me. He's like, oh, you taste like a mermaid. All right, deep breath in and exhale. Go ahead and release the mermaid back into the water. Whew. Go ahead and shift yourself into your tabletop as gracefully as possible. Circle your legs around. Nice. Have a nice comfy seat. Close your eyes just really quick. Breathe in everything that you accomplished. And exhale. Nice. And the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.